No, I don't want my freaking face. Oh. Fine, I guess.
Hi, my name is Sienna, 18 years old, and I'm the only girl on the boys' baseball team. To have this position, to me, was a very big effort. I was bullied, stigmatized. I almost even got sexually abused for chasing my dream. Even when I was a little girl, I had a deep passion for baseball. Instead of playing with dolls or teddy bears like all the other girls, I liked leather gloves and baseball bats so much more. Baseball had intense attraction to me, and I felt like I was very suitable for it. I did pretty well as a pitcher. My friends used to call me Cutter because my forte was throwing high-velocity balls and accurate dropping positions. I was very proud about that fact. In my free time, I usually played baseball with my dad. He was my first coach. He always supported me and taught me so much about this sport. One weekend when I was 16 years of age, my dad brought me to a big festival in the area. I always liked festivals. Not only the exciting atmosphere, there I could show off my pitching skills. I ran straight to the beer bust booth, my favorite game. I've won so many stuffed animals and prizes from this game. The rules are simple. You knock down 3 empty beer bottles consecutively, you win a prize. Sounds pretty easy, but not everyone can do it. I held the ball in my hand, throwing it up in the air a few times to gauge the weight of it. Then I calculated the force needed. When everything lined up, I threw the ball at the bottles. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then 7 times in a row, the bottles were knocked down. Everyone started watching me. They gathered, closely watched every single throw. Every time I knocked down a bottle, they all cheered in excitement. I then knocked down even more bottles, to the point the booth's master had to whisper for me to stop. They looked very worried saying it too. He gave me a few big stuffed animals, hoping that I would leave. I smiled and took all the prizes I won. Right at that moment, a man appeared. He was the male baseball coach of my school. He applauded me for having such finesse throwing skills and invited me to join his baseball team. Really?
Okay.
I couldn't believe the very thing I just heard and had to make him repeat it many times for me to believe it. For a long time, I always wanted to be part of a professional baseball team. But my school didn't have any female baseball teams, only male. And I envied that a lot. Without much thinking, I instantly nodded my head yes. This was a great opportunity for me to make my dream come true. I couldn't miss it. Not long after, I officially joined the male baseball team as the only girl. I was so excited and was waiting for a good experience. But everything went the opposite of what I hoped. The boys in the team didn't respect me. They said that a girl like me would never have the abilities to play in the male baseball team. They threw at me their evil words and smiles. They seemingly turned into a joke to everyone, especially to Clytus, the team's captain. He was always the one to lead our male team to harass me. You know, because being a girl, I couldn't use the same changing room with the other teammates. However, sometimes I still had to get in there to attend the team's meetings or to get the necessary equipments. One time, when I stopped into the team's changing room, they all took off their clothes and only robed themselves with towels. Then they intentionally walked in front of me. They wanted me to feel embarrassed. And clearly they achieved their goal. My face started turning red. I closed my eyes. I blindly found my way out of there. And the boys just laughed when they saw me doing it. It was childish. But that's not all I had to deal with. The girls in school started talking about me. They said that I was a weird girl. Others said that all I wanted was to be closer to the boys. So insane. I couldn't believe they could say all of those things. And a few bad girls decided to screw with me by hiding my uniform to get me blamed. I was going so insane with all these annoyances. I couldn't let them treat me like this. I had to fight back. That day, I went to Clytus to challenge him. My dad used to say that to survive being thrown into a bunch of wolves, you'll have to be the leader wolf. I would show them my real skills, and they'd have to respect me. Clytus immediately accepted the challenge. He He was such a big head. He said that I would never beat him. Our competition happened in front of the whole team. I was the pitcher, and Clytus was the batter. We made an agreement that after 3 ball throws.
Okay. So what's happening is that she got on the baseball team by the coach finding her doing really good at throwing. And when she did that, but the boys wouldn't leave her alone and started using their ginger and other stuff against her. So, and now she's gonna try to be like the alpha. She's gonna try to be the alpha of the baseball team, if you know what I mean. So he's challenging the leader. Let's keep on going.
If Clytus can't land a hit at least one time, he would lose. I did my 3 cutter throws and beat Clytus in my team's surprise. I could feel their feelings right then and there. They all disrespected me, and I returned their doings by my own skills. After losing, Clytus threw the bat into the ground and stormed towards me. I was thinking he was going to hit me, but no. He reluctantly reached his hand toward me and said, "Good job." We shook hands to the sound of clapping of the whole team. From that day onward...
Okay. How in the world do you shake hands with a baseball glove? I play baseball. Yeah, that's almost impossible. Let's keep on playing. Going.
Everybody in the team looked at me with a different perspective. They were friendlier and respected me more. Clytus also stopped bullying me. He apologized for his actions and helped me out. We became closer. Some time passed. My team got into the baseball competition of high schools in the area. Even though I gained my respect from the team and improved my skills, the coach never let me out onto the field.
Okay, if you don't know why they're clapping, COVID. It's because they in baseball you shake hands and you say good game, or you high five.
Teammates, including the reserve members, all went out onto the field at least once. I tried to tell my coach about this, but he always ignored me without giving any explanation. Until one day, he told me to meet him after school at his office. I went to meet him on time. But when I stepped into the office, he suddenly
Sus.
locked his doors. Then he stared at me like he wanted to look through my shirt. I didn't like those eyes. It made me feel scared. I told him that I wanted to have a chance to be on the field. He smirked and slowly approached me. "All right, you'll have to do what I say," he said. Then he touched my butt with his hands. I freaked out, quickly threw his
Whoa, buddy, whoa.
hands away. "What the hell are you doing? Come on. Isn't it that you wanted to be on the field?" Done talking, he started to touch all over my body. I got so scared. I pushed him away, then ran out of that room. I couldn't believe what just happened. Our coach turned out to be a pervert. He only let me into the team just to touch me. I was walking on the street crying. "Sienna, are you okay?" He asked me a question. I told him the terrifying experience I went through. He was so angry. He stormed right into the office and punched the coach right in the face and made him fall on the ground. I was so shocked that I can't even react. After that day, the coach was fired, and Clytus was suspended from school for 1 week for hitting a teacher. I felt so guilty for him, but he smiled and said that it was the right thing to do. After Clytus got suspended, he spent all his time practicing me to bat the ball for the upcoming game. I was so appreciative of his actions. Finally, the day of the competition came. After Clytus went off the game, I was chosen to be his roommate.
Okay. little update for y'all. The coach tried to touch the goal badly, so she went into Clytus, and he got suspended from punching him, and the coach got fired. So
the opponent this time was the male baseball team from Solomon High School. They weren't too strong, but they were still in the lead. The reason is that after my coach and Clytus left, team spirit deteriorated. They were like headless snakes. Our strategies weren't executed correctly. My turn of batting was also the final bat of the game. The scores were very tight. I need to score a deciding score for our team to win. All the pressure was on my shoulders. I was also very nervous because this was the first time I was ever on the field. The opponent stepped into position. He expressed distaste when he saw I was just a girl. He even tried to play unfairly by throwing the ball at my face 2 times in a row. The referee didn't penalize him for any of the 2 times. My spirit got shaken. I was losing my cool and didn't feel in control of my body. This was my only chance to score. Come on, you can do it. It was coming from the audience. Clytus was cheering for me. After that was the applause of the whole stadium. They were clapping and singing to cheer me up. I was filled with emotions. After all that happened, this was the only recognition I always wanted. I took a deep breath and was ready for the final bat. Thanks to Clytus's training, I could predict the flight of the ball. When the ball came, I swung with all my power. I successfully scored a home run, turned the table, and scored the victory for my team. The stadium cheered explodingly in excitement. Clytus ran down and hugged me tightly. After the suspension, Clytus went back to the baseball team. Our spirit improved. By winning that tournament, our team was the champion. 2 years passed. Now I don't participate in tournaments with the team anymore. My story inspired a lot of girls into baseball in the school. We all gathered and established a female baseball team. We'll be participating in our first tournament. Furthermore, I'm now Clytus's girlfriend, and our relationship is going very well.
Okay. So she won. 2 years later, they're dating, and she has her own baseball team with goals in it. So thank y'all for watching this video, and see y'all next time. Peace.